What's going on, guys? Money Webby here with your daily fantasy DraftKings plays of the day. Got some value plays, some sleepers, 9-game slate. Let's get right into it. First game of the day at 7 p.m. Eastern between the Toronto Raptors and the Orlando Magic. Over-under of 209. In this game, I really like Kyle Lowry at 8,900. He's been putting a lot of work with DeRozan banged up, not playing. Shooting at a high volume, around like 18 to 20 shots a game. He's averaging 51 fantasy points the last 5 games. So, especially if DeRozan doesn't play, he's questionable as of right now. If he doesn't play, I would definitely lock in Lowry. But if he does play, he should still do well. I highly doubt that DeRozan's 100% back if he does play. And he played Orlando the other night, actually. And he got 54.5 DK points in that game. And on Orlando's side, I like Nikolai Vucevic at 7,000. Ever since his name was starting to be brought up in the trade rumors, he said, fucking him on one pretty much, started turning up. As you see, the last 3 games, 45, 36, 57. That's an average of 46 DK points the last 3 games. And when these two teams played the other night, he got a 57 DraftKings points. So against a Toronto team that doesn't really have Valanciunas is a good rebounder, but he's not that great of a defender. I think that Vucevic can do definitely some damage in this game and rack up some DK points. Brooklyn Nets at home to the Indiana Pacers, over-under of 219.5. In this game, I love Miles Turner, 6,900 against Brooklyn Nets. 3-game sample size this year, he's averaged 42.8 fantasy points against Softa's Charmin Brook Lopez. So I think he can continue his success against Brooklyn. I don't see Brooklyn adding any superstars to their team last time I checked. So yeah, Miles Turner will definitely keep it up in this game. And I would definitely lock him into my lineup. So we got Miles Turner in my lineup as of now. For the Nets, I'm not touching anyone. When I think of making a lineup, I know that winners win and losers lose, and I'm not letting this stupid Brooklyn Nets team mess up my lineup, so I'm moving on to the next game. Detroit Pistons at home to the Minnesota Timberwolves, over-under of 210.5. For Minnesota, I love Gorgie Dang, 5,300. I think that's a really good value. They won game against Detroit this year. He had 27 minutes and 28 DK points. It really was effective in that game for DraftKings was. And I could see him doing it again. John Lure is really the best way to attack this Detroit lineup. They have a very good defensively team. So I think Gorgie Dang is a very good play. And they're expecting a close game here betting-wise. So, and when Gorgie Dang plays, if it's close, they'll keep him in the game. Last game was a blowout, so 21 minutes didn't put up that many DK points. With this close game here, you should log more minutes, and he returns value when he's put in 30-plus minutes. So I could see him playing that minute log with a close game here. So Gorgie Dang for me for Minnesota. For Detroit, Andre Drummond, or Andre Drumsticks, as I like to call him, 7,900. He literally murdered this Timberwolves team the first time he played. So I have to lock him into my lineup, honestly. 22 points, 22 rebounds the one game he played, 10 for 13, 52 DK points. In a close game here, he'll be playing some solid minutes, and then he'll be able to build on that floor. When he's playing a lot of minutes, he gets those rebounds and he puts up the numbers. Against Boston, 41 minutes, 69 DK points, 22 rebounds. I don't see why he can't do it again, so lock him in. Houston Rockets at home to the Chicago Bulls, 223.5 is the over-under. Expecting a lot of points in this game. And I think it will be a high-scoring game as well. Jimmy Butler is my guy in this game at 9,000. I think it's going to be a star matchup, like a battle between Harden and Butler in this game, trading baskets. Ever since he's gotten benched, it's been a wake-up call to Butler pretty much. 55 DK points, 46 the last 2 games since being benched. And Houston is very soft on the shooting guard and small forward position, 23rd ranked against them. So Butler, Jimmy Buckets, lock him in. He's going to be putting up a mad buckets this game. For Houston, Harden's too expensive for me, even though I think he'll have a good game. 12,500. I can't really afford in my lineup. But Clint Capella I could afford for 4,700. Been much better at home this year. 6 more DK points at home on average. As you can see, 29.3 to 23.9. And yeah, he played last night, 38 DK points, but I'm not worried about the back-to-back. He's only 22 years old. He's a freak of nature. I think he'll be fine. And he has that upside to drop the big numbers. Against Golden State, he had 43 DK points. So I think he'd be a good upside play here. Boston Celtics at home to the Lakers, over-under of 222. You know what's sad about this game? Remembering the rivalry between the Celtics and the Lakers. All the cool games that they have, but nope. Just a boring Lakers team. Should be a blowout here. That's why I'm not. Isaiah Thomas, love him, 10,000. He's going up in price a little bit. I think he'll be doing well this game. And I'm just worried about them resting him in the fourth quarter, honestly, in a blowout game. So I'm not going to go after him for 10,000. I like Al Horford, though, for 6,800. Lakers very soft down low. 28th against the centers. And he had a disappointing game last night, or 2 nights ago, for the first time in a while. So I think he'll have a bounce back against a weak Lakers team. And they're expecting a lot of points on the Celtics side, so Horford will be for the one for me for the target. Very consistent besides that last game, but I think I'll have a bounce back. But I'm not going to lock him into my lineup because I'm worried about the blowout. For the Lakers side, D'Angelo Russell, 5,900. He has that big game upside in the tournament that you're looking for. So a great tournament play here against Isaiah Thomas, who's very poor on defense. And I could see him getting a lot of points in catch-up mode here. High volume shooter, set 15, 17 shots the last 2 games. And yeah, I think I'm going to lock him into my lineup, honestly. I think he'll have a good game here. But the Lakers really lacking that score. Oklahoma City Thunder at home to the Grizzlies, over-under of 204.5. Should be a very close game. Zebo, my boy, for 5,400. It's my play for the Grizzlies. 2 games against Oklahoma City Thunder, 29 fantasy points on average. Without Enes Kanter, they're even weaker down low, so Zebo is my lock in my lineup. And he's played more minutes when the game's been close, and he's done very well against Utah. 34 minutes, 42 DK points. Portland, 31 minutes, 40 DK points. So I'm expecting him to log around 30 minutes here in a close game. Need Zebo in late game, so I'm locking him in. Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't really want any of these guys, honestly. Oladipo, only guy I'd really want is 5,200 because I think Westbrook could struggle here. Because Westbrook's had those big games against the Grizzlies, but he's also had those head-scratching games, and this could be one of those games. But for Oladipo, I wouldn't really want him. So Oklahoma City Thunder, not touching here. Denver Nuggets at home to the Milwaukee Bucks, over-under of 221.5. For me, Wilson Chandler without Gallinari in the lineup is a great play. 5,700, high-volume shooter. When he wants to be the 20 shots, I think he's going to decide to be that tonight. And because Gallinari shoots a lot, so that's losing a lot of shots in the offense. So I think Chandler's going to have to take his role. He's a great tournament play. I wouldn't trust him in cash games. 53 fantasy DK points 2 games ago. He is that upside, and for me, since I'm going to be playing tournaments, I'm going to lock him in. And what I noticed is that this tattoo is pretty crazy. It's kind of like speaking to me almost. It looks like there's like another head inside of his neck, which is pretty interesting. So I feel like this little thing right here is telling me to draft him, so I have to draft him here. And for Milwaukee, my guy is Brogdon, 4,700. He's been playing some good minutes for Milwaukee. And with Tony Snell in the lineup, I think Brogdon's going to have to come in to spark the offense a little bit. And yeah, Denver's not very good. Very soft defense, 28th against this point guard, shooting guard position. And with Milwaukee banged up, they're going to ask Brogdon to do a little more in offense, so I think he'd be a good play here as well. Kings at home to the Suns, over-under of 217.5. On the Kings side, I really like Matt Barnes. He's getting the spot start here, 3,900. And his 12 starts this year, he's actually done pretty well, around 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists a game, which is some good quality scoring for DK. One game against Phoenix, he had 28 DK points in 27 minutes, so he was pretty efficient in those numbers. And I think at 3,900, you're pretty much forced to put him in your lineup, and especially for me, I think he's going to return back that value, so I'm going to lock him into my lineup, Matty Barnes. And on the Phoenix side, Devin Booker or Devin Swisher. So all he does is hit shots, but not recently. He's been shooting up bricks, but I think he's gonna tonight. It's gonna change tonight. He's gonna turn the tides against the Kings, who's soft defense. He actually shot very well in the one game against them. 8 for 12, 67% from the field in only 24 minutes, 23 DK points. I think he'll be a good option there. Very consistent. Doesn't really have that upside. You see, like he literally does the same thing every night. 30 to like 35 DK points. If you want that guy where he can help you sleep at night when you play him, 35 DK points a game, pretty much lock it in. You pencil it in. Last game of the night, Portland Trail Blazers at home to the Dallas Mavericks. Over under of 205.5. For the Blazers, Damian Lillard for 8,000. He's been going off against Dallas this year, scoring 35.5 points a game, not fantasy points, 47 DK points. So he's putting in that work against Dallas, and I don't see why he can't do it again tonight. And he gives you some of that savings on the elite guys. If we look here at the point guard position, you got Westbrook for 11.5, Harden for 12.5, IT for 10. So he'll save you around $2,000 to $4,000 just playing the Lillard, and I think he can return around the same values of these guys, honestly, tonight. And for the Dallas side, I like Seth Curry a lot, but I don't have enough to spend for him. Maybe if I do another lineup, I could put him in. He's been, I'm not sure if his brother has been going to the games and playing for him. 42 fantasy points, 48.5. Where was this his whole career? I don't get it. But yeah, Portland 29th against the shooting guard, and those huge games, the last couple games, I think he'll have a great game again here tonight. But obviously, I can't afford him, so we'll have to go with my boy Yogi. They're pretty bad against the guard. So Yogi Ferrell here, if he's starting, I would love to put him in. 5,100. He's been doing well ever since he started getting those minutes. I don't see why the Mavericks would go for him. He's pretty much their future. So I'm going to lock him in, my boy Yogi. And that's how my lineup is, boys and girls. That's how you make the money right there. When you look at that lineup, it should be saying money, money, money. That's going to do it, guys. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this daily fantasy basketball content. I'll be making more of it in the future, definitely. You can use my kind of lineup here, or you can do some variations of some of the players that I gave you guys tips for. Good luck, guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. We'll see you later.